Hi everyone! Today, for the very first time from my beauty room, I'm super excited about this. Yeah, the day has finally come and it's just amazing, and this is going to be my first tutorial. So if you want to see how I achieved this look in blues and yellows, then stay tuned and we'll go right into it. My first tutorial. Yay! Hi everyone! So now the day has finally come. I can't believe it. I'm actually in my studio. As you can see, the lighting is very bright, and I'm a little bit thrown off by that, because I see myself, I'm so pale. I'm, I have to try to figure that one out. But one more reason to put on some extra colorful makeup, right? So let's do it. I was thinking today we can do a very bright blue and yellow makeup, halo eyes, and yeah, so let's get right into it. First of all, because I did already put on my foundation and the contouring, even though it's like a little bit hard to see probably in that lighting, but I guess you can see that I did all that already. So in order to protect everything from potential fallout, I will just put on some powder under my eyes. And then we'll start. All right. First of all, of course, I have primed my eyelids and everything. But I always put a skin color eyeshadow under my whatever eyeshadow I apply, because it just helps the blending afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm using Miluka shade, Miluka eyeshadow in the shade 03. It's my skin color, very very light, fair shade. Okay, just over the whole eyelid up onto the brows. And that's it. So that will totally help. Now, there are different ways of doing this. As I said before, for me, the whole makeup application is art, and some people work from the bottom up, some people work from the top down. I personally prefer to work from the top down, so that's what I'm going to do. And I will start with this eyeshadow palette from Jade. It's the Flash color palette. Has gorgeous colors, very strong colors. And I'm going to use this yellow shade and apply it right under the brow bone. And a little bit towards the crease, but not too much, because that's where we want to put the blue shades. Okay, this is that. Then I want to start up with a light shade, because for the crease I always work from lighter shades towards the darker shades. So this is a single eyeshadow from Pupa. I've mentioned that brand yesterday in the last video. They have, it's like a very light blue. I don't know if it comes across with that lighting, but I'll figure it out, how to put the lighting. Now that we've come so far, now we're gonna figure that one out too. By the way, I really, really wanted to decorate my studio and everything, but then instead, in the time that I had originally set aside for doing that, I was cleaning up vomit of one of my children who got sick. So the life of a mommy, yeah, life comes in between. Anyway, so here I'm with you now, so that's what matters. Okay, so I'm taking the light blue and I'm putting it right into the crease. When you start with a lighter color and then you layer on the darker colors and get darker and darker, you get a much smoother end result, obviously, and also the blending will be much easier between the blues. So the risk of having big dark splotches will be much, much smaller. I'm so excited. Are you excited too? I'm really, really excited. Oh my. Well, my first tutorial that I'm actually planning to publish, so yay. All right, the next color I want to use, or the color range I want to use, is from the Sakara eyeshadow palette that I actually showed in my drugstore video, the drugstore versus high-end tutorial video, is this one. So whoever watched the last video, this looks familiar, right? So again, I want to use those shades because they're so nice. And we'll see what happens. Usually when I do my makeup, I don't have 100% like a plan set. I usually have an idea and then I go with the flow, and sometimes in the middle of things I just change everything. So that might happen too, but the plan is to build up the blue in the crease and always go a little bit further down so that you layer on the darker shades towards the lid. Okay, so I used now this shade, this one, and now I think I'm going to use this and then back it up with this one. So now I'm going to use a brush that is a little bit smaller, thinner, so I have more control over coloring. And then I use only one side of the brush. I don't know if you can see this. This side is full of color and this is not. So I can use then that color in order to keep it up above the lid into the crease. So that's what I'm doing right now. And now we can see already how the color is building up nicely. And I have no fallout, and this is such a cheap palette. It was, what did I mention? Which price? Was 15 shekels, which is something like $3-4. And these colors are really nice. I don't know how they do that and still earn money by selling this stuff, really. I love it. Okay. Now always blend, 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 blend before you move on to the next color. So everything is nice and smooth. Now you can do the halo eyes with cut crease, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not so much right now into these harsh lines. I'd rather have it like all flowing and easygoing. Okay, I'm moving on to an even thinner brush. And I do the same thing again, that I'm just getting the color on one side, and that will be pointing upwards. Because this is my first tutorial that I'm planning to publish. As I said, I asked my husband yesterday in preparation for this if he wants to choose or have the honor of choosing the colors that I should use for my first tutorial, and he thought he's going to give me a challenge, and he said pink, blue, and yellow. And he thought I would be shocked and say, like, what? No. I said, okay. And he said, no, 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 no. I was just kidding. You know, you choose whatever you like. So I went then for the blues and yellow because I actually used a lot of pinks and purples during the last days. So I just wanted to have a change. All right, I don't know if you see that so well, but I concentrated the dark blue shade that I showed you before, this one. I did sort of keep it in the crease, but towards the outer edges of the eye and not pull it towards the nose. And then what I'm going to do is I use that same shade with an even smaller brush, like a very, very small one, like this. And I'm going to apply that shadow in the inner corner of the eyelid and the outer corner. And in the middle, we will then apply yellow. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect yet. So don't worry. There are actually some makeup looks that look messy and terrible. Not terrible, but you know, totally not perfect. Till like the last minute, and it sometimes freaks me out, like myself. But usually it then comes all together very, very nicely. And honestly, as long as there's just color in my face, I'm already happy. So Okay, good. Now I am going to take another of those very, very small brushes. And because the area on my lid now that is allotted for the yellow is very small, so that's why I'm using a very, very small brush. Just have to get the mirror a bit closer now. And I'm going to place the yellow right in the middle of the lid up until the crease where it hits the dark blue. And that we actually want to pack on nicely so it really pops. Not the eyeball, but the color. I have to tell you, my friends, about a new segment of my blog because I enjoyed those first videos very much where I actually could not do tutorials because of the whole situation, not having the studio ready and not having good lighting and everything. And so I enjoyed just talking to you. And I think I would want to have another segment of my blog, not only Leora's latest looks, but also face to face with Leora, which is I either just sit here and talk to you about stuff that comes to my mind or I was thinking about or was interesting to me or made me angry or made me happy or whatever. Or, you know, like a get ready with me kind of thing where I just, you know, put on makeup and I talk to you like very girlfriend kind of thing. I would really like that. So I think I will do. Okay, so I think I will want to do a video here and there in between. Just doing that, just sitting here talking to you and or put on makeup while I'm talking to you. I think that could be really nice. I personally enjoy these kinds of videos by other bloggers very, very much. And yeah, it sort of gets that girlfriend feeling across. So I really like that. Okay, in order to make the yellow on top of my eyelids pop more, I will use loose eyeshadow from it's not a glitter, it's more like a shimmery loose eyeshadow from Sakara in yellow. I can't really show it in the camera because it's all gonna fall out, or maybe like this carefully. So I'm going to carefully dab that onto the yellow that I put on previously, which also makes it blend a little bit better because I always feel those loose eyeshadows, one can sort of push them into the other colors much, much easier than the pressed eyeshadows. Okay. And now I'm going to take the brush that I used for the dark blue before, and I'm just going to intensify the corners a little bit, the inner corners and the outer corners. And then we'll do the coloration under the lower lash line. if you want, and you feel that the transition between the blues and the yellow is not gentle enough, then you can always go in with that first very, very light blue shade and just sort of brush it lightly over that area, and then you get a better transition. But don't go too much over the yellow, because we really want to still see the yellow and we don't want it to turn into green or something. Okay. Okay, for these areas here, some people like it very, very harsh, and they even tape themselves and make like a very, very strong line. It's a matter of taste, like everything. I personally, like I said before, I like things a little bit more flowing right now, at least. Might change next week, but right now I really like it like this. So, and now we take another small brush and use that very, very light blue from the very beginning, which in my case was the pupa, and start working on the lower lash line, under the lower lash line. And I'm putting that all the way across. And even pull it a little bit down, because we're going to pack a darker blue on top of it. So we still want to be able to see the lighter blue underneath, and we can only achieve that by having it a little bit lower, away from the lashes. Once in a while, check that the camera doesn't cut me off, because it happened already a couple of times. So yeah, I'm still working with a camera that is not 100% perfect for this purpose, but slowly, slowly. Okay, once I've done that, I take a slightly bigger brush and something like this. It's still small, but a little bit bigger than the one before, if you want to compare. Okay, so I'm taking this one now and sort of buff it out a little bit more. And then I take that small brush for the dark blue that I've used before and go very close to the lash line, to the lower lash line, and bring that blue very close to the eye, but only the outer half of the eye. That's what I usually do, because I always feel like if you encircle the eye all the way around, then it makes the eyes look smaller. Sometimes that's the look you want to achieve, but I usually do not want that. I want my eyes to be like the main sparkling feature in my face, like the, you know. Anyway, it will draw attention to my eyes because of the colors, but I want them to also look big. Okay. So now I want to put a highlight in the inner eye, in the corner of the inner eye. So either you can use, of course, that yellow shade again, because it is already sparkly and everything, but I want to use the Extreme Gold Pupa highlighter. It's a mixture of 3 shades, gold till white. And yeah, so I'm going to just dab that in the corner of my eye. And because my camera gives signals that I have to come to an end, I will do the rest off camera, and then I'm coming back with the finished look. All right, so here's the finished look. I just did the eyelining. I used normal black for the top, and for the outer half of the lower lash line I also used black. For the inner corner I used this light blue from Pupa, light blue eyeliner. I used again the Lash Princess from Essence for the upper lashes after I've curled them. For the lower lashes, I used again, I'm always using those till they're finished, and then I'm going to try something new. The Ultra Flex mascara from Pupa. And yeah, and the lip gloss is from Jade. I love them so much. They are so gorgeous. And this one is the shade 802 in Rose Copper. All right, so this is it. My first makeup tutorial. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry for the interruption. I had not intended for that, but those are the growing pains of a very new channel. So we'll see. I guess I have to keep the tutorials short and see what my camera can do. Anyway, I hope you liked it, and please let me know which colors you want to see. Give me color challenges if you want, or which styles you want to see. Leave me your comments and your questions in the comment section down below. Please subscribe to my channel. You know, if you already watched this and you're not a subscriber yet, then you might as well just join the tribe and stay with me. And come into the friend zone. And yeah, I hope to see you here again next time. Please feel free to share my video on your own social media. Tell your friends about me, and please help my channel grow. That would mean the world to me, because I'm actually living my dream. And it's just a wonderful experience for me. And I hope to, you know, grow as we go along, and outgrow those problems of small channels with the camera and the lighting and everything. It's a little bit annoying, but it can't be avoided. That's just how it is, and that's what you hear from everyone who starts out. So that's what it is. Anyway, yeah, so please let's be together and stay with me, and we'll see each other again next time. And up until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.